1 Samuel 4. It's interesting how the people of Israel thought that the Ark of the Covenant would save them, and then they were defeated. And it seems like this was a lesson in that the Ark of the Covenant, whatever that is not God, and it's the will of God that you have to have in order to, succeed. You have to be aligned with the will of God. And then the Philistines even stole the Ark of the Covenant, which devastated the people. And the Philistines had the Ark, and God started punishing them for having it. It's interesting how their god, Dagon, was getting damaged by the God of Israel. So then they're starting to pass off the Ark, trying to hand it off to people, and it's just cursing people left and right. I find it interesting that people got tumors from God, being that this is far before the terms of cancer. So it's as if cancer is this new issue, but people are getting tumors here. Don't know what time period this is exactly, but far before cancer, supposedly. It's interesting how these people feel as though they're being attacked, right? It kind of speaks to their nature. These people who took the Ark, they stole this Ark, and now they feel like they're being attacked, right? Which is like a mental disease, They stole something, and now they're getting harmed for it. So you would think they'd be like, okay, we need to give it back, but instead they're feeling like victims. Sound familiar? And then finally they decided to give it back with a guilt offering. So the point is that they had to demonstrate that they were guilty of taking it in order to get rid of it and not have the curses on them anymore. So they had to make gold statues to their ailments. They had to make gold tumors and gold mice, which is so interesting and just fascinating. And deliver it and see if it worked, and they were really hopeful that it would work. And then Samuel judges Israel, but his sons, it said, they did not walk in his ways, but turned aside after gain. They took bribes and perverted justice. So the people wanted a king instead of Samuel's sons, which makes sense because they didn't know any, it seems like they didn't know any better, sort of. They had Samuel, but then his sons were wicked, so they're thinking, we need a king, we need to elect a king. And I guess Samuel could have found someone else that was connected with God. It's sort of perplexing, but because it's odd that they didn't accept his sons and that he would be bothered by that if they don't walk in his ways. They take bribes and pervert justice. And it's interesting how God says, it's not that they're rejecting you, they're rejecting me. And they've rejected me since the beginning. This is just how they are. And then God said, give them their king and speak their curses among them. And that's what Samuel did. He spoke curses among them for taking a king. And it's a lot of curses. And still they wanted the king. Maybe they were fearful probably of getting attacked by other places, other people with kings. And so they thought the better the curses than to get attacked and destroyed by these other places. Just wonder if there's another option like that was getting offered that I didn't see. It's just interesting. Very telling about these curses. Basically that they'll get a wicked king who will take from them and make them slaves.